You're in a hostile environment, an iconic stadium, and Mason was just phenomenal today. So was Desmond Reed, so were a host of players. But when you bring a true freshman quarterback on the road in an environment like this and win a shootout, you've got something special. The Panthers have something special in Mason Heinchel.
Welcome to the second edition of Between the Hashes, a quarterly report. I'm Casey Graham, joined by Chris Bickle, 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Coach, 4-2 on the season, 2-1 in ACC play. How do you evaluate this second quarter?
You know, I think we keep getting better every week. I think, we've learned how to win the last couple of weeks, which is important. Won big in the BC game and went down on the road against talented football team, as you're going to see in Florida State. It comes down to heart and guts, and our guys, they go out and play for each other and the staff and the University of Pittsburgh. And, I just couldn't be more excited for the way they attacked the game.
Coach, true freshman Mason Heinchel, over 320 yards in his first two starts. Talk about his presence on the field and also what you see from him off the field.
Off the field, he's a leader. You see him going up and down the sideline, getting the other guys motivated. Mason does as good a job as anybody of just getting around the offensive line, the tight ends, the running backs, and receivers, and pull those guys together on the sideline. To me, that's a major advantage when you have that at that quarterback position.
Coach, over the last two games, 6 touchdowns to 5 different players. Again, Mason shows his versatility.
He's not looking to throw it to one guy. He's looking to read the coverage and put the ball where it needs to be and try to get that ball out and make the offensive line look good as well. And that's what he's been able to do here through his 2 starts. And I think it's something that we got to keep doing.
Coach, Desmond Reed back in the lineup. He had 200 yards for 2 touchdowns on Saturday. Talk about what kind of difference maker he is when he's back on the field.
Dez is a special player. We know that. And we've missed him for the last really 3 weeks. And to have him back in the game and make the plays that we expect him to make, I couldn't be happy with, number one, our training staff getting him back on the field, us being patient enough to get him back healthy, and then turning him loose against Florida State.
Of course, we missed Dez when he was out, but you had great depth in that position. Jakarian Turner, for example, Juelz Goff, playing great again in this second quarter, getting a lot of reps.
Boosie was special again. I mean, we've known what he's got. Juelz Goff doing a great job. Those two were able to grow up, okay? We were able to build our depth at that running back position while Dez was out. So it's opportunities for those next guys to step up and make plays, and they've grown, and their confidence is growing as well.
This is one of those games where there are a lot of good plays, but I think the play of the game was when he recovered that fumble.
It was a big-time play. There was 2 recoveries in that game that were big. That one, we talked about it in the team meeting last night, just how special that play was, Casey. And then the Kyle Lewis onside kick recovery. That's not an easy ball. That ball is spinning, and he's in there for a reason because we trust him to make big plays. So those were 2 great recoveries.
Let's move to the defensive side in quarter 2. Kyle Lewis, you mentioned, of course, but you had other guys step up. Preparation. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, everything comes down to preparation, but it comes down to the execution after the preparation. And I think our guys prepare, our coaches do an outstanding job of preparing them during the week in our meetings and just knowing what we're going to see. What do the formations look like, the backfield sets, the concepts that we're going to see out of different things. And we executed with brilliance against Boston College in the second game of the second quarter. So we got to stay healthy the rest of the way to have a chance to be in that ACC championship game.
Kavir Baines Marquez had an outstanding game on Saturday against Florida State, 13 tackles.
Yeah, Kavir's played well the last 2 games. He's had an opportunity to start the last 2 and that next man up, mentality. And again, I think a week ago against Boston College, he played to the field. And then all of a sudden, Cruz is banged up, so we move him to the boundary. So the versatility and be able to get the job done at both sides is huge for a guy that's been in his first season at Pitt.
Staying in that position, Josh Guerrier, again, another play of the game, that blocked punt. He stretched out for that. It was a great play.
He did. He could have been a little bit closer on the line of scrimmage, so those little things can get you sometimes, but great adjustment. Again, it's a freshman that's playing at a high level, really helping us out on special teams, and he's done a nice job on defense. He's going to have his opportunities back there again this week on defense.
Syracuse coming up, another challenge. No ACC game is easy. What do you see from this Fran Brown's team?
Fran Brown's got a tough football team. He's a great football coach. He's coached at a bunch of different levels. He's been in the SEC. I think he does a great job. He had a heck of a year last season, and it'll be a great challenge going up there because they'll want a little bit of payback from a year ago, and we got to come ready to play with our A game.
What has the message been to the team this week, just to keep them on track with this ACC play?
The message, as always, is moving on to the next one, and really nobody cares what you did in the first quarter, the second quarter. They're going to remember what you do this Saturday up in Syracuse, New York.
Coach, Week 7 ACC awards come out. You have 3 players. You have Mason Heinschel, quarterback of the week, receiver of the week, Desmond Reed, and linebacker of the week, Kyle Lewis. No surprise there, saying those 3 names?
I mean, it's a surprise at the beginning of the season would have been a Mason being on there, but Kyle Lewis, no surprise. Des Reed, no surprise. They've had it before. They'll have it again, hopefully, in this conference, and I'm happy for those guys' accomplishments.
Thanks, Coach, and best of luck on Saturday versus Syracuse. And thank you to the fans for watching the second edition of Between the Hashes.